Hey there, and welcome to this video. My name is Maria Weaver. I'm the owner of Simplified Partners bookkeeping and accounting firm, and also the founder of MoneyOS.co. So check me out over on those sites or see the comments below, and I would love to meet you and chat with you on YouTube. So happy that you are here. So in this video, I want to get straight to the chase, cut straight to the chase, talk about one of the most important topics I believe is out there for small business, especially small businesses in the retail and e-commerce space, and that is the subject of cash flow. So as a business owner, you might fall in one of these categories. You might not know what cash flow is. You just might need to understand what cash flow is and how it works in your business. Or you might be a business owner that has great cash flow. You're doing excellent and you are managing that cash flow. Or you might be in the camp where you're not doing so well and you might be seeing some of the symptoms of poor cash flow, and that could look like, scrambling last minute to try to cover payroll, or not being able to make your credit card payment, or wondering how you're going to make the next loan payment, or how you're going to pay for that inventory, and all of those things. So wherever you find yourself, I hope you can take some information from this video and really implement it in your own business. So what we're going to talk about are those 3 tips on how to improve your cash flow. So tip number 1, calculate your monthly outgo. And I really mean this. I really want you to sit down and understand what amount of money is going out of your business on a month-to-month basis. And it's really important, especially if you're an e-commerce or you're a retail business, that you look at your expenses in 2 buckets. You want to understand what are your regular business expenses. So what are the expenses that are always there month over month and are typically the same amount? So for example, if you have, the same staff members working with you, then you could say that your payroll is a regular expense. You might have subscriptions that you're paying for. You might have your rent that you're paying for. You might have, minimums on orders that you have to order, that you have to pay for. So you want to think about your business expenses from the angle of your regular business expenses, and then also thinking about what your variable expenses. So think about in your business, what has the last 3 months done? It would be great if you could go back and calculate the last 3 months, but if you don't have time to do that, at least look at, for the month that you're in right now, what are your business expenses? What do those look like? Now you might be wondering, well, how do I do that? What's the fastest way that I could possibly do that? Well, if you have an accounting system already set up, or you're using accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks Online, you can definitely go into your accounting software and you can see what your business expenses have been. Now, if give it a look over, make sure that it's accurate. Another place that you can easily do that is just going into all of your accounts, right? So going into your operating account, like your main checking account for your business, looking at your business credit cards. One thing you don't want to forget to do is look at your personal credit cards or your personal accounts. And even though you're not really supposed to be using your personal accounts for business, you might have spent something on a personal account for the business. So you also want to look at that. So it's really important, so important. I cannot emphasize this enough, how important it is for you to know what your monthly expenses are in your business. Okay, so you want to know that number. Alongside that number, you also want to write down, what is the profit that you want to get from your business? So look at your own pay as an owner. Number 1, are you paying yourself? Number 2, if you are paying yourself, are you paying yourself the amount that you want to pay yourself? And then number 3, if you're not paying yourself at all, or you're not paying yourself enough, what is the amount that you want to be making from your business? Write that number down. So now you should have 2 things written down, right? The amount of your total expenses that equal both your regular expenses and your variable expenses, and then the amount of money that you are paying yourself. And write down either what that is now or what your goal amount is going to be for that number. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So that's tip number 1. Just know where you are right now with your pay and your expenses. Number 2, immediately make changes to that number if you can, particularly as it as it relates to the expense side of things. Look through all of your expenses. Look through your credit card. Is there something that you can get rid of? Is there something like a subscription that you are no longer using? Is there something that you don't even remember the last time that you used it? Look at everything that you're paying money for and ask yourself, is there value? Do I find value in that thing or that person or that subscription or whatever it is? Are you getting the value out of that you are spending money on? And be really honest with yourself. I tell some of my clients, like, give yourself 3 months, kind of like clothes in your closet, right? If you've had that stuff hanging there all season and you have not worn it, and you're going out, let's say it's summertime, and you're about to pull out all of your fall and winter clothes. If you look at all those summer clothes and you're like, I didn't wear those things, what are the chances that you're going to wear them next summer? Probably not great, unless you've got like a weight loss plan or something that you're doing and that's part of your plan. But think of it the same way. Really ask yourself that question. What can I get rid of? How can I simplify my expenses? How can I simplify my business by not having all of these things that I may or may not need? So maybe you can cut some stuff out of there. Once you've cut those things down, then rewrite your number down, right? So you've written your number down for your total expenses. Get rid of anything that you can right now on your computer, on your phone. Just get rid of those items. Pause me if you need to. And then write down your new number, your new monthly expense number. Okay, we're moving on to number 3. The third thing is you're going to take the funds that you have in your main checking account, let's say the main account, so where some of these expenses are paid, maybe your payroll account, wherever, your main checking account. And I want you to take all the money out of that account. The only money that I want you to leave in there is that amount that you need for 1 month's expenses. Now, I will say this. You know your business and you know how quickly you get money into that account. So let's say that you have one business account and all the revenue comes into the account and the most of your expenses go out of that account, right? So if I tell you to take that money out, you're like, okay, I can do that because I know I'm going to get more in there, right? That's why I want you to only leave 1 month of business expenses in that account. So in later videos, we're going to talk more about, well, where do I put that money? What am I going to do? For now, I just want you to park it in another account. For now, until we talk more about this on this channel. But park that money in a savings account. Park it in another checking account. If you need to open another checking account, I actually have links below to an online bank that I absolutely love called Relay Bank. It's completely free. You can set up these accounts and it's so much easier than you having to take time out of your day to go to the bank and sit and wait for somebody to help you and all of that. Relay makes it super easy to set up new accounts online. But whatever you want to do, set up another account or use an existing account, move that money over there, and then you're going to have this one account, which we're going to call your operating account for your operating checking account. That's going to be the account where all of your business expenses are. And so those are the 3 tips for today. There's a lot more coming on this channel. There's a lot more information. We're going to be building through this, talking about what do we do with the expense account and then what do we do with all the other funds. I cannot wait to share more with you. So how do you connect with us? Well, you can subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you come back for future videos. You're also going to see some links below. You're going to see a link to our newsletter, which we would love for you to join the newsletter, and also other links that I will mention throughout the video today, such as Relay Bank and some other nifty tools that you might find helpful. So I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment and let me know what you would like to hear next on the channel. And until next time, take care.